Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin John.
Hey.
Hi, John.
Hi. I got that.
Wait, we have to... Normally it takes longer to introduce, and then the music ends like it just did.
No, the music's still gone.
No, now it's gone.
No, it's...
Yeah.
Wait, is it gone now or is it still going?
Oh, and look.
There's
Hold
James.
on.
Really? A slow clap, really?
Yeah, a slow clap to match your slow pace.
Yeah, I only live 40 minutes away, unlike all you douchebags.
Who lives...
There's
how
a
far-
dude peeing outside. I just had to tell everybody.
Did you
No,
ask
I'm
him?
in here now.
No.
Did you ask him if he
okay.
needs help?
I wasn't impressed, so I didn't worry about it. Hi.
John, how have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
I've got that
He got a
nice
haircut.
fall thing going on in my throat, so I've kind of got that Barry Manilow thing going on right
the
now.
Barry Manilow thing.
It's called herpes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deep,
got it
Deep.
from Mandy.
penetrated herpes.
James,
Hi, Todd.
how have you been?
Really, really good.
Good.
Ah,
Yes.
Well, you're glowing.
Yeah. Well, you know, that happens sometimes. I just
What-
saw a really good movie, though.
What's that?
We just saw Knives Out.
Oh, I heard it was good.
It was really good. It was really well done.
What's the, that's the, got Daniel Craig,
Yeah, Daniel Craig and Captain America and
Chris
Frank
Evans?
Oz. Yeah,
Captain America?
yeah.
Okay.
Frank Oz is in it. Like a whole bunch. Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Don Johnson,
Okay.
Brando.
I mean,
it was good.
What's the general premise?
It's a whodunit.
Okay.
Somebody dies and the whole family is suspected. And
Who done it?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Speaking of secrets, so spoilers.
You're pregnant.
No.
Oh,
Spoilers.
yes. On the back of cars looks stupid.
No, I feel like, well, it's funny. I did see a meme that was like, check out these spoilers, and you see all of these spoilers from the back of cars, and then there was a legit spoiler for a movie,
A new movie, or was it?
yeah,
was it
no.
he sees dead people?
a new movie,
Oh, that sucks. Which one? Which one?
Frozen 2.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard there's a really good line in it
I'll
that's
show you that
kind of
meme.
dirty.
But
Is it good?
I feel like people who want to spoil things have always been there.
Yes,
You know, you had
but
like
the internet
always
is
have
making
the
it
whole
worse.
Harry Potter, people going to the.
Dumbledore dies on
Well,
page. La, la, la.
Speaking of spoilers, James just dropped a bomb on people who haven't finished the books.
Oh, sorry. Guess what?
Um,
Dobby's also a free elf.
so, but people are.
He also dies.
There have always been people like that who want to be the first to spoil that and want to spoil it for you. And I honestly feel like Game of Thrones turned it into a pastime for people because on the
I think
internet.
it was before Game of Thrones, though.
I don't know.
I mean, there were people that
Even-
whenever Harry Potter were coming out, and people were waiting for the books.
Right,
in
but I-
line.
yeah,
but
and
no,
that,
no,
They would
that
that's
was
what I'm
drive
saying.
past
I'm
shouting
saying-
out
Well,
I mean,
spoilers.
Star Wars too.
Well, hold on. That's what I'm saying, that there people have existed
Oh.
that have spoiled, but the people who watch Game of Thrones turned it into who can spoil first.
Who can be a dick first? Yeah.
Because Harry Potter, like, yeah, there was one guy in that line or who drove by and said, Dumbledore dies. Or, you know, like that's
There was
the
somebody
one guy.
wearing a T-shirt.
Now it's literally 10 people in that line who are saying it because they want to be the first. And it drives me fucking crazy. And when you call them out on it, they're like, well, hey, it's my Facebook feed. I'm like, no, you're fucking shouting that out into the world. Like, if you post something on your Facebook feed, you're posting that to everyone that you know.
You're being a public
It is
like,
a public
announcement.
post.
Yeah.
It is not a whisper into
It's
someone's
like,
ear.
No, it's fire in a theater.
And the thing that drives I got into it with some friends a while ago because they kept posting spoilers, and I don't even watch Game of Thrones. But hey, oh wait, hold on.
I got the same thing. Come on over.
Megan's here. Megan, you're late. Are you keeping the baby? All right. Anyway, spoilers.
Kick John out.
Yeah. Here, take this microphone.
See you, John.
Is that a holiday pie? What are you eating? Oh.
Well,
Hey,
we were
hey,
going to
John,
find
you
out
getting
what
some
she was
coffee?
eating later. James spoiled it.
What do you mean?
We're talking about spoilers, and I said,
Oh, I like your pen.
"Oh my
Daisy's my favorite
fucking
flower.
God, James!" Hold on. Yeah, that's better.
I don't know what I just walked into.
James being shiny object, bouncing off of everything. So, Game of Thrones fans, the minute an episode would end, would post spoilers, or they would post memes
Yeah, they're the worst.
right away. And you what?
I have a friend that I almost unfriended.
Hold on, Beth.
Was on Grey's
Turn that towards.
Anatomy.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I had a friend that I know since I'm 13, that I almost unfriended because I did not know that Derek on Grey's Anatomy was going to die.
Oh well, spoiler alert.
And she put it on there. I freaked. I was like, what?
We should just put a spoiler at the beginning of
Oh
this
my
that
God.
things that
I
you
could
care
tell
about
you.
are
That's a
spoiled.
big
Spoiled.
fight.
No.
I could tell you. I just saw a brand new movie.
Great. Anyway, back to what I've been trying to say. The Game of Thrones people, absolute worst. I got into an argument with friends of mine, you know who, like these friends, because they were like, well, then I'm sorry. Well, you shouldn't have been looking at what I posted. And I just completely disagree with that. Like, even right now, in this conversation, there are other people in this room. If someone brings up the movie The Sixth Sense, I would say, have you guys all seen The Sixth Sense? And if one person says no,
Because it's so good.
I'm not going to spoil that, even for one person. And I just think people are real fucking selfish.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know where the desire.
It's that they want to be the first person who has this opinion.
Do you think it's like they want to be the smart one who? Because I saw a guy on Reddit spoiled Endgame, and it was when you open the app. If you haven't opened it within an hour or something, you start off in public.
Endgame is
The last Avengers movie.
oh the one that just happened.
with Captain America.
Oh shit, yeah, he's in that movie. That
Knives Out.
I'm gonna tell you who the killer is.
But yeah, it was literally right at the top. The good thing about Reddit is, in general, people can like downvote.
Okay,
and
versus clap.
Oh, Ed's here, everybody! Hey!
Oh, please. Oh, wow. A whole coliseum of people.
But yeah. Anyway, I start calling people out on it now, and I don't call people out on a lot of things anymore. But spoiling shit is fucking the rudest thing you can do.
I did that last week here, and I felt so bad. I was
Beth spoiled. What did you spoil?
the guy that was taping something.
Oh,
Jason.
Jason.
And he went, oh, I said, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I felt so bad.
Yeah. Ed,
The Mandalorian.
how have you
I haven't
been?
seen it.
Todd.
Oh well, The Mandalorian is another great example.
I haven't seen it.
Well, but you probably know a pretty
Baby Yoda.
Well, shit, James, just keep saying things into the microphone that people haven't seen yet.
Oh, like nobody's seen that fucking thing. Come on.
I don't even have Disney Plus. I've
Right,
seen
but
the
what
movie.
I'm
Same.
But I'm saying right now, this is a public forum. We're putting this out there, and we don't know who's listening to this.
So the whole title of this podcast is going to be called Spoilers.
Yeah, well, yeah, but by far, my God, I don't know.
Only thing I know about it is there's a baby fucking Yoda. I don't know anything about the story. The only
Technically-
reason I know that it's not Baby
technically-
Yoda. Yes, I know, but technically you can't call him whatever the fuck baby it is.
Actually.
But my point being, if no one had spoiled that for you,
I don't even know what it means. I don't even know what it is. It's just the picture. The fucking thing is
Right.
everywhere.
Well, but just
and
know
the marketing.
But just know it's been spoiled. It's
I don't even know what it's
because
a spoil of.
because you didn't know about it when you saw it, right?
No, I didn't know.
And when that happens, it is this holy shit amazing moment.
Yeah, it's great.
I had that moment for the ET commercial.
Oh man, that ET commercial is really good.
It was great until it became a commercial.
I knew it was coming, and I was so excited to see it.
What?
The commercial.
Oh. Yeah.
Just
no.
because, I hang out with Henry Thomas. That's all. I'm just saying.
Oh.
We're friends. We hang out.
And he didn't spoil it for you?
No, he told me it was coming.
Coming.
Stupid.
Ed, how have you been?
Good. I'm doing great. Yeah. I actually am in a really good place right now.
Really?
Yay.
Yeah.
You should probably go see a doctor because he's
Yeah,
got
I'm seeing
some
Ted Danson. I'm in a good place.
Spoiler
I
alert.
heard that's a good
Ed,
show.
Spoiler alert. Huh?
you're dying.
No, I haven't been watching The Mandalorian or anything like that. Although today I did catch a really good episode of the Andy Griffith Show. I have to go.
You are
Make it sense.
perpetuating your old man
And
image
now
so
I'm
well.
No, everything's been going good. It was personally, I've had a lot of catharsis.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
can look that up. And it's been very freeing. There's been a lot of weight off my shoulders.
That's good.
Which is probably all off podcast stuff. But professionally, what I thought was going to be a dent in my professional life turned out to be a blessing. While being put on hiatus from one show, I'm now motivated to get started.
Hold on about
Yeah.
that, because Devin was here last week and we talked a little bit about that place. We didn't call it by name.
Yeah, okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you
Well-
hear what? Tell just without naming the
See,
place.
No.
But
Let me first spin the positive that I was talking about.
Okay.
He was like
Okay.
in the middle of being
I'm
gonna
angry
fit
for
Mojo
you.
here.
I'm angry for you.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm not angry, all right? Because long story short is that it's given me the opportunity to get together with a good friend of mine, Jeff Cook, and the two of us are going to try something that I've always wanted to try.
Gay sex.
Yes,
Anal.
exactly. All of that and more. No, it's a two-man improv, and
Oh, good.
we're going to be doing a group that probably you've been invited to, like, considering everybody and their mother has, is The Hat and No Hat.
Yep.
The Hat and the Hat Not. I'm sorry, I get that
Right.
wrong. And I'm really into the challenge of two-man improv. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not saying this just because we're here. I feel much more confident in doing it because of the variety of types of shows and experiences that I've had through Mamas.
Right.
Because the other improv groups that I've been in, and this is really a compliment to Mamas. It's going to sound like it's not. Plan everything to death. You know, and in here it's like we just get together a half-dash group of, crazies.
Misfits.
And we're like, what can we make work tonight? And so with that always coming together and always working, I have this great confidence that Jeff and I are going to be able to do this well. And it's very comfortable, and we're not going to have a show. We're not going to be like, hey, we're performing at, Chuckles, Laughing, whatever. We're going to be strictly a marketed talent.
Right.
So we have a gig coming up already, which is cool. And we're going to
Where's the gig?
at the Pensacola Improv Festival. And we're going to be doing 2 workshops, and we're going to be doing a show on our own, and then another show we're going to be joining a group called Improbable Cause.
I saw a really great two-man improv group here in town. Brian Bradley, who you know, who's out in California now, did an improv show.
GCO, one of my
Yes.
favorite groups that
Discount Comedy Outlet.
was ever in Orlando.
He did this show called Three Man Group, and the premise was it was just improv. They had no third person.
Was
but
it
there-
him and Pete Hergen?
No.
Herdigan?
Herdigan? No. I don't remember who his partner was, but it wasn't Pete.
No. It's too bad. Pete was hilarious.
He was. He is.
He is. Yeah, it's not like he's dead. Oh my God.
Spoiler alert.
We don't know when this podcast is coming up.
But at some point he'll be dead.
Yeah.
If you listen to this podcast for 100 years.
You in the year 2047.
But yeah, the show started off with the reason why their third person couldn't be there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they went into a show, but they did really great setups and flashbacks. It was very kind of Family Guy-ish. This reminds me of that time we were at the doctor's office. Immediately they cut to these 2 separate characters in the doctor's office, and then flashback to their scene. It was a really great.
I like that a lot. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that is just like one little thing that is terrific that's going on right now. Just a lot of terrific is going on right now.
Right now, can we talk about the bad thing that pissed me off?
Sure.
Do you want to tell it, or do you want me to rage fuel?
Well, I'm going to tell it in the mood that I'm currently in, and then you can put all of the spice and sauce and
All
fire
right,
on it.
Megan
that
will
you
be
want.
spicy as well, I'm sure.
Oh.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm necessarily happy about it, but it's only because of it that I was able to feel confident to get involved with this 2-man thing. So
Right.
whatever. So yeah, this show is going through a lot of changes, and one of the changes is that they've taken on a new bunch of performers, of which I was not considered to be part of because of not being able to be there.
Look at Megan's face.
I'm also a theater teacher, as people know. Right. And during that time when they had the rehearsal, I was at a competition.
Are you talking about the rehearsal that they canceled a show for?
Yeah. And I was
And they didn't pay people?
I was at a competition, and because I couldn't be there, I was passed over. But it was made very clear to me that I've not been fired until this podcast comes out. And I'll be taken off the schedule for December because the person who has to meet with me is not going to be back in town until January. So I'm not going to be able to meet to discuss how I'm going to work into the show until January.
Right, hold on, now
but during that time, I have a lot of thinking to do.
Yes.
Do I actually even want to meet up?
Well, let me fill Megan in on some of the details that you left out.
Here's
Hold on.
Before we jump to no, here's what I have to consider.
Okay.
Is that I need a lot of supplementary income because of being a high school teacher in Florida, which is crappy.
Have you tried sucking dick? Because you can make a lot of money.
Having 3 children.
Yeah,
I have to do a lot of supplemental income.
I told you when we were leaving, and you were like, "I wish I could join you," but I understand that completely.
Yep, I know you do.
But fuck that.
So, all right.
Okay.
So
I'll get rid of one of the kids.
Ed, just get rid of 2 of them.
Yeah.
Think about all of that disposable income.
there
I
you go.
know. I wouldn't need anything.
All right. So Ed was scheduled for a shift,
Okay.
and then he was told, "You don't have to come in
Okay.
for that shift." And they know that you were scheduled. This wasn't like a mix-up because I gave them the schedule that I made.
Right.
So he was told that he didn't have to come in. So we were like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on." They had a show that night with 2 new comics in place of Ed and Joe, who were scheduled. And then that happened. And then they said, "Well, the director is going to meet with you." Get this. The director is going to meet with you, or he asked to meet with you that night or the following night.
The following.
So that he could go over the show changes with Ed. And then he canceled on Ed because the night was too busy. There were 30 people in the
I
show.
have to leave. I have to go. This place is such a fucking shit show.
Is this? And I appreciate us taking this on, but is this something that the podcast listener is going to go?
Well,
yes.
well,
No, they're not going to care.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
they,
you know
I
what
mean, they've already in the comments. They hate you, but I
Who,
mean,
me?
Yeah, there's a lot of anti-Ed people out
on the
there.
podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
No, Ed, I've written plenty of reviews that say that single you out.
it's you. Okay. That
No,
makes
but
sense.
here's what I think people can relate to. I think people can relate to the situation. People can relate to working for a
the
place.
guy in Jersey Shore with the abs.
that yes.
Oh, okay.
People can relate to working at a place where you are treated like that or where you are overlooked. And I think that resonates with people. I think that there are people who hear your situation and they get angry because it reminds them of when they were at work.
Yeah.
And this bullshit happened to them.
I could see that. Yeah. I've had jobs, Joe jobs, they name badge jobs that
Joe job?
Yeah, what do they call it in Wayne's World? Joe job, many jobs.
I don't
with
know. It just
name
sounds like you
badges
said
and
blowjob at first. And
Joe jobs. And I've had plenty of them where this same situation or a situation like this have come up.
James, you've had jobs where you've been like royally screwed over, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
But I mean, you heard what happened with Ed. Like he was scheduled and
Well, in a perfect world, he would be paid for the shift that he was told he wasn't supposed to come into.
yeah.
Yeah. That would be the perfect corporate theme park world, and that's what they would do. But this obviously is a money laundering scam that you guys work for. So I'm sorry, I can say that because I never worked there outside of the occasional thing I did for costuming. But
Joe jobs.
Yeah, Joe jobs. So that place is built on an Indian burial ground. It's cursed, and everybody there gets effed over. And I know what you say about the income because I'm the same way. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you one way or the other, but
So we need to find a place to get Ed a good Joe job.
Yeah.
no,
Have you
I
tried
mean,
a truck stop bathroom.
I'm all over it.
if you want to sample alcohol on Friday and Saturdays, I can give you a hookup.
Okay.
It's $22 an hour.
Cut
You
to
know.
Ed drunk in the streets.
No,
Great job.
no, you give samples at
give-
Publix and
okay.
ABC.
All right. Well, let's kind of jump into this real quick. Just on that note, have you ever? Because I gave 3.5 weeks notice.
Yeah.
But have you ever outright quit a job, flat out? Like,
I've never, okay,
Like
so
the
we were
day
talking
of?
about,
yeah, like in your manager's face.
we're talking about getting screwed over. The place that I worked at for the past 3 years closed. He told me on Tuesday he was closing, and Friday he gave me my last paycheck. And because of the world that I work in, I continued for 2 weeks to work with clients to get them reestablished with somebody else to make sure that they're covered because they were meeting with me. They weren't meeting with him. It was
Right.
my reputation on the line. So I worked for 2 weeks after the shop closed. And no pay, obviously. So he's come back into the world now, the industry that we work in, and he's all like, "Hey, I'm back from rehab. Everybody love me. I'm making a fresh start." And everyone's like, "Oh, we're so glad you're healthy, and oh, we're so glad that you're doing good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm so glad too. Where's my 2 weeks of pay that you owe me?" Nobody gave any thought whatsoever to what he did. It's all the rehabilitation afterwards, and that pisses me off.
Right.
So quitting a job, no, I never have, because I've always been like, I can make this work. I can make this work. I've been fired because it didn't work, but
Hey, John, I just texted you.
that's
I have walked into a job that I really hated. Well, I was like probably 19. I was doing strolling magic at this place called King Arthur's Amusement Castle.
was that here?
No, I was in an equity production at the Alhambra Dinner Theater. And
Brag about it.
and then I was working at this place just kind of because your days are free. And it somehow shifted it from, because it was, maybe I just have a history of working for places like this where
Maybe you
it's,
draw the energy.
where it was like, a fourth tier indoor family park, like a bad Chuck E. Cheese sort of thing. So it like starts off me doing strolling magic, and then it turned into hey, can you help with the laser tag room? We're having some issues with the laser tag room. And I'm like, yeah, sure, because you want to help. So I go to that, and then next thing you know, I'm helping dismantle a roller coaster track with this guy who's like, my back really hurts, and I can't lift this thing. And in my head, I'm having a panic attack thinking, kids are going to die because of me, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I am not trained. This is above my pay grade.
And then they hired this guy who couldn't do anything but like, because they hired him and he was supposed to be the guy that fixed everything. And then he came in, he's like, yeah, I threw out my back and I can't do anything, so I'll just tell you guys what to do. And I had another job. You know what I mean? Like I had like another full-time job. This was something I was doing for fun.
And it turned out not to be.
No, and I had that, like I was coming in for a shift, and I had that moment of, I walked in, I saw him, and I remember his just fucking stupid face. I just remember his stupid face when I walked in, and I had that kind of flash of, I really don't need to be here. And he was on the phone with someone, I don't care. And I just walked up and I went, hey, I quit. Bye. And I turned around, and I just remember him with his phone going, oh, I gotta go. Todd just dropped a bomb on me. And then hung up the phone and then started doing this because his back, everything on him was bad. And he's just doing that like shuffle, that side to side shuffle.
Like Mr. Krabs
I don't know what Mr. Krabs is.
on SpongeBob.
Oh, you know what? I never really watched SpongeBob.
I worked for Nickelodeon for a long time, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, he just started like half following me out the door. But I was like, I got this guy.
Yeah.
I could slow
could
walk
run.
and still.
Zigzag, bob and weave.
Megan,
Bonkers. Yes.
have you ever rage quit a job?
I mean, other than what just happened, I haven't done it on the day. I almost did.
Yeah.
You were there for that. But no, I haven't. I'm like James. Like I'm usually like, oh, I can stick it out. I'll just stick it out. It's fine. And that's why I was at that place for so fucking long. But no, I usually will give my like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
at
Well,
least,
and
'cause then it's
even-
not on me.
Even when you were talking to me and Brittany about you leaving, she and I had already made up our minds, and you were
Right.
like, I don't want to screw you guys. We were like,
Yeah.
don't worry about us. But like even then, I was still said, don't quit. We'll just take you off the schedule. And I'm a big proponent of that. Like,
Just phase out.
well, no, but I mean, for example, Devin, same way. She was like, I'm done. I don't want to be there. And I was like, okay, well, don't quit. Let me just take you off the schedule, because you never know if something else is going to happen.
Right.
And you need that job.
Yeah.
And then she ended up coming in and doing
She did
the last show with mine and Brittany's last show.
And that's the, I guess, unfortunate other side of the industry is that you just never know the feast or famine and how we work.
Oh, it sucks.
You don't want to burn bridges because you never know who you're going to end up working with again in the industry,
Right.
and you never know who's going to call you up like out of the blue to do some rando thing that could change your life.
There was a girl that we worked with a while ago who was giving me a hard time because I was working at what was Tavern back then, full time, and I was salaried. But then I was also doing Universal, and I was also doing Push at Disney, and I was doing all of these, and Mamas. And she was like, "Why do you work so many jobs? That's so stupid and ridiculous." And I said, "I worked in Orlando on 9/11."
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember how quickly those jobs in
Oh,
Orlando
yeah.
dried
Cut.
up.
And then Push got cut.
Yep.
And yeah.
19 years Bush got cut. All right, so we need to wrap this up. This was kind of a downer.
I never quit any job.
No?
You guys.
You can't quit because you're fired!
Yeah. You guys have known me long enough. Would I ever? Is that in my wheelhouse to quit a job?
No, you're one of those dependable guys.
Well, I'm one of the suckers, I guess. But
No.
I do have a funny story about a job I lost. It's
Okay.
quick.
Where'd
Okay.
it go?
Yeah, the shortest job I ever worked. I was working at the Mystic Dinner Theater up in Mystic, Connecticut, and I had.
Did you serve Mystic Pizza?
It was right by Mystic Pizza, actually. Actually, and I can speak. And one of the jobs I had was I was driving the shuttle van to Foxwoods Casino, which was up there, but it wasn't paying enough. So I was like, what else can I get? So I started looking around, and they needed a bar back at this place called Fat Fridays, which was kind of a knockoff of Fridays, and I don't know what else it was, but it was this bar called Fat Fridays. So I got the job as the bar back. So I show up for the day of training, and they're having the pre-shift meeting, and I'm sitting there, and before the pre-shift meeting, they have me do all this side work and everything. At the pre-shift meeting, the manager comes out and goes, "We just got word from the owners that we're going to be shutting after the lunch shift. We're going to be shutting down after the lunch shift. We're closing. We are going to see what we can do about finding you guys other positions in other restaurants with the chain." And I'm just like, this was my day of training. So they said, but after the lunch shift, we're going to shut the bar down. We're going to shut down the restaurant, and we're going to open up the bar to everybody. We have a lot of food in there that we have to cook, or else it's going to go bad. And the owners, they didn't give us any instructions, so we're just going to have a big party during the dinner shift.
Fuck 'em, eat the rich.
So we did. We had this party. I still have a little beer stein. It says, "From the shortest job I ever worked, 3.5 hours." I never got paid, but I had a heck of a
Great
party,
food.
and I woke up the next morning in a dinner in a dining stall, a booth. That's the word I'm looking for. In a booth, and I woke up there and I looked around, and there was a lot of people who basically crashed at the restaurant that night. And there wasn't any. That was pre-cell phones, so I had to go to the phone and call the theater and be like, "I'm on my way." I came in all hungover from the night before, and we had this huge party and ate everything in the kitchen.
Well, that's
But
like-
I felt bad because the people who've been working there for a long
Yeah.
time, they were at one table and they were like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" And all
and
that
you're
type of
just
stuff.
like,
And you're like,
party!
Yeah, but I was 26. I didn't care,
Right.
It's like Allie. She just got a job in New York. She flew up there on Monday, and they decided to cancel the tour on Wednesday. Yeah. But now she's in Vegas, so she's happy.
Yeah.
All right, we have to wrap it up because we have to
Okay.
open the door.
Yeah.
Megan, what did you learn tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
Good. Ed, what did you learn tonight?
I learned so much about so many things. It's really hard to pinpoint.
All right, good. James, what did you learn tonight?
I learned there's a different set of rules when Ed is late and Megan and I are late.
Yeah, well, because I was worried that you were both pregnant.
Well, we're women.
Yeah.
Can't be.
I can't get pregnant anymore.
You didn't have, I know, but you didn't have like
I
a handler
practice
or
a
a man
lot.
carry you in so that I knew that you were safe.
There was a man peeing outside and you didn't care.
You were feral.
Better than being Farron. Hey!
And I learned something tonight too.
Yeah, what'd you learn?
Nothing really. This one was kind of a wash.
The downer.
All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night. Call 407-363-1985. Did you guys like the commercial?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Come in. We're here every Friday night. You can find me on Twitter at Todders. You can also find Mama's on Instagram now, Mama's Comedy Show. And that's it. Megan, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at Borkus Morcus. Sometimes I post fun things.
Edwardine?
Normally I would do my New Rochelle address, but I am very intrigued as to people to check out The Hat and The Hat Not. So you can check it out on Facebook.
.com.
Yeah.
James?
You can find me online or on Instagram at corsetsandcuties.com. There you go. For upcoming shows and all sorts of fun things that we are doing with the burlesque group here in town, we actually have an appearance on the 16th and a private gig at the Abbey coming up.
Private gig?
Yeah, on the 18th. A company dinner hired us to do their entertainment.
You guys have done a lot of good work this year.
Tits and ass for
Titties.
everyone.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.